Awakening from a year-long slumber in the Immortal Emperor's cave, Wang Lin learned that Sima Yan had imprisoned 13 and Hu Pao while he was away. By the time Wang Lin rushed to their rescue, he could only free 13. Hu Pao had already been secretly rescued months earlier. From then on, Hu Pao harbored resentment towards Wang Lin, determined to become stronger and exact revenge. Years later, when Hu Pao stood before Wang Lin again, his actions even impressed the loyal but cunning Xu Liguo not out of reverence, but astonishment at Hu Pao's audacity. Hu Pao's talent was indeed exceptional, even comparable to the legendary prodigy Hong Dai. Wang Lin had sensed this upon first meeting him. If left to grow naturally within the tribe, unforeseen troubles might arise. Therefore, Wang Lin kept Hu Pao by his side, partly to suppress Hu Pao's growing ambition with his own power, and partly out of a sense of appreciating his talent, hoping he would walk the righteous path and not waste his potential. However, Hu Pao's imprisonment by Sima Yan became the catalyst for a complete change in his mentality. His so-called resentment towards Wang Lin was less a genuine emotion and more a justification for his impending betrayal. Hu Pao's ambition never died. He was unwilling to remain subservient to Wang Lin for long. That so-called resentment was merely arrogance and ingrained ignorance that he dared to unleash after believing he had found a stronger backer. In the third month of his imprisonment in the Black Prison, Hu Pao was rescued by an old man from the Random Demon sect. This random demon's cultivation had surpassed the Ascending Peak realm and entered the second step of cultivation, but due to severe injuries, he was currently only at the Void realm. Even so, his realm and strength were far beyond what Wang Lin could match at that time. The reason the Scattered Demon rescued Tiger Roar was because he coveted the soul-refining technique Tiger Roar cultivated. The Scattered Demon's hiding place was an ancient battlefield, filled with countless powerful dead souls, the perfect place to cultivate the soul-refining technique. His plan was to first have Tiger Roar master the technique using the souls of this place, then refine him, soul and body, into a puppet to enhance his own combat power. Unfortunately, Tiger Roar was blinded by the opportunity before him and his own ambition, believing the Scattered Demon genuinely appreciated him. He only wanted to use this opportunity to climb the ranks and gain power. To demonstrate his loyalty, Tiger Roar vehemently denounced Wang Lin before the Scattered Demon, displaying his so-called resentment to the fullest, completely severing ties with his former master. This loyalty was no different from his submission to Wang Lin and the soul-refining tribe, following whoever is strongest. At this moment, his true intention was to use the power of the Scattered Demons to strengthen himself. He planned not only to kill Wang Lin, but also to slaughter all those in the soul-refining tribe who knew the origins of his cultivation technique, thus monopolizing the soul-refining technique. Once he had refined 1 billion, even 100 billion souls, he would become the supreme ruler of this demonic land, and even ascend to the throne of the Demon Emperor. Although his ambition was great, his cunning was shallow, all his calculations were superficial, a world apart from Wang Lin's unfathomable scheming. Wang Lin, in the Immortal Emperor's cave, secluded himself for 10 years with the help of the Ascending the Peak crystal given to him by Zhou Yi, finally reaching the early stage of the Ascending the Peak realm. The fluctuations in his aura upon breaking through were detected by the Scattered Demons far away on the ancient battlefield. To recover from his injuries, the Scattered Demons desperately needed the yuan energy of an Ascending the Peak cultivator, so they sent a wisp of their soul power to attack Wang Lin from afar. Unexpectedly, although Wang Lin was new to the Ascending the Peak realm, his foundation was profound and his methods unpredictable, and he actually shattered that wisp of soul power. Wang Lin followed the trail to the ancient battlefield where the Scattered Demon was hiding, only to find that the first to engage was none other than Hu Pao, whom he hadn't seen for many years. At this moment, Hu Pao, relying on countless battle spirits from the ancient battlefield, had refined and controlled over 100 million souls, believing himself to have mastered the Tao of souls and far surpassing Wang Lin in strength. He wore a mocking expression, releasing only 1 million souls, intending to show Wang Lin what a truly overwhelming sea of souls looked like. Wang Lin almost laughed at this. The soul banner he used in the past contained 1 billion souls. 1 million was nothing to him. More importantly, Hu Pao's soul-refining technique originated from Wang Lin, and when Wang Lin taught him, how could he not have held back? With a simple gesture, he activated a restriction deep within the technique known only to himself. Hu Pao was horrified to discover that the more than 100 million souls he had painstakingly refined had completely spiraled out of control, surging towards Wang Lin like a river overflowing its banks, and within moments, all were absorbed by Wang Lin. Tiger Roar stood frozen, his face ashen. Wang Lin said nothing more, condensing the more than 100 million souls in mid-air into a single, towering giant soul, and then unleashed a punch. The void trembled where the soul fist passed. Tiger Roar didn't even have time to scream before his body and soul were annihilated in that single blow. Only in death did he realize that his decades of painstaking soul refinement had all been a stepping stone for Wang Lin. Tiger Roar used imprisonment as an excuse to betray his sect, and resentment to mask his ambition. In essence, he was still a traitor who betrayed his master for the sake of power. Although his talent was exceptional, his character was shallow and foolish, daring to use the techniques personally taught by Wang Lin to turn against his master, unaware that Wang Lin had already planted a fatal weakness at the very root of his techniques. How could such actions possibly succeed? This entire scene was witnessed by the sword spirit Xu Liguo. Although Xu Liguo often harbored ulterior motives and occasionally felt resentment, he had never dared to truly act on them. Seeing that Tiger Roar not only betrayed his master, but betrayed him so thoroughly and so ridiculously, ultimately suffering the fate of his soul being scattered and all his cultivation lost to Wang Lin, Xu Liguo couldn't help but think to himself, "This kid, he's really daring. Old Xu only dared to think about it, but he actually did it, and did it so spectacularly. I admire him, truly admire him." After this incident, Xu Liguo's occasional wavering thoughts of betrayal were completely suppressed. He realized once again, in front of this deep-thinking, shrewd master, any thought of betrayal was tantamount to suicide. Wang Lin, however, merely glanced at the spot where Tiger Roar had vanished before his gaze turned to the depths of the ancient battlefield. There, a true enemy awaited him. Tiger Roar's story thus came to an end. His life began with talent, ended with ambition, and was destroyed in the vain pursuit of power and fame.